Hey guys, welcome to my Among Us Let's Play. Today, I'm doing my test in electrical. I really hope nobody... Among Us is a game that came out in 2018, but we all know it never really came out until 2020, when this asshole decided to stream it and launch the game's popularity into the fucking stratosphere. I personally have a lot of experience playing the game with different groups of people, and not to brag, but I'm pretty good at Among Us. So what I'm trying to do here is, like, I have a joke where it's like, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at Among Us. So, like, at the next part, I'm gonna put a scene of, like, you know, just like me doing something stupid at Among Us, or like something that gets me like voted out or something stupid. So like I kind of need like a couple people for that. So like that's fun. That's funny, right?
No.
But to be completely honest, this game has its downsides. It can be a hassle to get enough people actually playing, and honestly, half the time I have an Among Us session, I just go out of it feeling like shit. So that brings up the question, should I like Among Us? This video is going to have a more serious tone than the last one because I'm talking about a mainstream game rather than a near 20-year-old cartoon. In this game, you and up to 9 others play as crewmates running around in a spaceship doing tasks trying to keep the damn thing from falling apart, but I actually lied because a couple of these crewmates are actually imposters trying to murder everyone on the ship and get away with it. It's a party game. It was made to be a lighthearted multiplayer deduction game in the veins of things like Mafia and Town of Salem. But is that really all that Among Us is? A party game? Sorry if I sound weird, but I don't exactly think this game gives the same vibes as something like a Mario Party. No, this game is different. You can split the gameplay into 2 segments, what I call the ship phase and the discussion phase. The discussion phase is almost entirely based on your skills to deduce. Deduce who's telling the truth, deduce who's lying, deduce who's wrong, who's right. And if you're the imposter, your ability to outsmart, mislead, and deceive the crew. While the ship phase, it's almost entirely luck-based. In a game similar to Among Us, like Trouble in Terrorist Town, there are many different mechanics, like the map you play on, a combat system, and a 3D environment. Among Us doesn't have any of these things, so that means there's very little room for technical skill, which, in the ship phase, only really leaves the luck-based mechanics, from the places everyone goes, to the tasks you get, to whether or not you're an imposter. Luck plays a heavy role in this part of the game. And that's only natural, as this is a party game, and every party game has to have a semblance of luck to keep people from taking it too seriously. So what's the catch here? Why do a good portion of my Among Us sessions end in people screaming and rage quitting? Well, when you look at a traditional party game like Mario Party, the skill-based sections like the minigames don't really matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. I mean, they help, but they don't have as much weight as the more luck-based segments, such as rolling the dice and getting the stars. But in Among Us,
well, the opposite is true.
The more luck-inclined phase of the game has less weight than the skill-inclined phase. If you don't agree with me, tell me, how many times does a game get played without the discussion phase ever happening?
If anyone goes up, they're dying. I don't even care if it's suspicious.
Oh my god!
Dude! Russell, we're the best! We're the best!
I've ever played.
Holy.
The discussion phase is needed for the crewmates to even have a chance at winning. So the discussion phase is more important than the ship phase. So yeah, the way Among Us is framed is the opposite of how a normal party game is framed. So what? How does it tie into how seriously people react to it? To answer that question, we need to look at Among Us from a different perspective. Not one of gameplay, but of the people surrounding it.
No, dude.
It was for 20 seconds. Why you
20 seconds, you fucking bum! You fucking bum! You bum!
I was doing it.
You're a bum! You're a bum! You're a bum! 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 Bum!
When you play like an asshole in Mario Party, it's okay because everyone playing knows that the outcome of the game won't be taken seriously. But if you act like an asshole in Among Us, people get mad fast.
Darius, you didn't kill me, so who's retarded? Sorry.
This is because the skill versus luck thing I was talking about earlier. The outcome of every Among Us game is dependent on the deduction of the discussions and the time spent on the ship. But since the deduction segment holds more weight on the outcome, this allows the winners of the game to claim, "Yes, I won because I was incredibly smart, and I am the greatest and smartest at this game in the world." But since the ship phase still holds some weight, it allows the losers to say, "Oh, the other side just got lucky," or "It's not my fault, it's that idiot who sussed out the wrong person or did that dumbass kill." These reactions are normal for a lot of games, but since Among Us is a social experience, these two ideas can clash violently.
I believe Toast and Pokey, guys.
Yo, Toast, you think you're 5-head? That's
No,
zero
I
head.
zero
You
head
think you're
because I
5
just
head.
use my fucking
That's
eyeballs. Sorry for using my eyes. I don't need my brain for that shit.
Among Us is a social game. It lets you lie and manipulate your friends, and at its core, it allows people to express themselves in an environment with no stakes. The simplicity of Among Us is its strongest point. Its simplicity allows it to be the catalyst for a near infinite number of stories created by the players. So your experience in Among Us is just as much dependent on the mechanics of the game as the people you play it with. You'll notice I'm using a lot of clips of streamers in this video, and that's because, one, I don't want to use clips of me and my friends, and two, this game just would not be where it is today without streamers. Among Us is a match made in heaven for live streaming. The accessibility and simplicity of it led to crossover events that before would never be dreamt of. Anyone can grasp the mechanics and ideas of Among Us. It's another reason why its simplicity is its strongest point. Every streamer was playing with every other streamer, and this constant mixing of personalities is what made watching this stuff so interesting. Seeing the way some of these people behave can be a good parallel to see how any other Among Us game can be played and why this game can produce such unique reactions.
Vote him.
Dean, don't let her win the
It's
game.
the truth. You know.
Bean,
think
I
you've
beg you,
done the
listen,
other kills.
she's
That
not the mother,
had
she's
to
lying.
to masturbate and that. Oh my god!
Let's go, X. It's a dub.
You're
It's a
so
dub.
fucking dumb!
This is XQC, one of the most popular and controversial streamers on the platform of Twitch, and he carries that reputation into his Among Us gameplay. His style of play can often be considered very toxic and, to some, even childish.
It's green.
What the fuck?
He loves to take control of every situation he is in. He says that he doesn't care about how the game ends, but at the same time, he will always find a way to excuse himself for losing. He can even go so far as to make up fake stories in his mind about what the other players are thinking.
He was so mad, he started spamming other discords to get a new lobby.
I mean, I am leaving, so that is fair. But, you know,
Peace out, man. Go play with your fucking dummies.
And to be honest, we've all seen it. Whether it's Among Us, other games, or even in real life, that time where someone just takes it too far, or hell, even a time where we've taken something far too seriously or been far too petty about something that we really just shouldn't. Again, this game's simplicity is its strongest point, and its ability to let the players make the stories is great. But at the same time, these factors can easily be its downfall. All it takes is one person to derail the conversation, one person being petty, one person taking it too far to ruin an entire session. Every game of Among Us is a story, made by not the game, but the players. And if one of the players is a shitty, self-serving writer, the entire experience can be derailed. But normally, nobody does that. Most of the time, everyone can get together and have a fun and entertaining time with our friends, rooted in lies, deceit, and as Simon says. And even though this game can be super fun and engaging and awesome, and I just love it, sometimes you just don't get to play. Due to the fact that the story is made equally by all the players, someone's gotta get left out. Somebody's gotta die to get this started. And when you're dead, that kinda just kills all the fun. And some of these games can run long. And even if you do survive to be in the story, not every story is created equal. Due to the unhinged and unsupervised nature of the player-created story, not every story is gonna have a bow-wrapped ending. There could be some kind of outside interference or some BS tactic that could be used on either side. And if you're the imposter and you get caught, you get caught. It could be for some bullshit reason. It could be for some bad luck or bad timing. But there is no worse feeling in the world than when you get imposter and you just get caught red-handed. And even messing up as a crewmate can be devastating. Picture it. You're in the last round, final 3. The 2 other people are still alive and pointing fingers at each other. It's all up to you. Your vote will sway the game. You vote. And then you wait. A haunting experience. So, what does that leave us with? A social game that's easily accessible and is the catalyst for countless different and dramatic stories created by the players, yet operating under the same simple rules. And with mods like Proximity Chat coming out, this game isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Well, should I like it? Well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. What the fuck? Why? Just kidding! Yes, you should like Among Us! It can be a lot of fun to lie and deceive and work together with all your friends in this fun little jelly bean space environment. Just remember to not take things too seriously, because if you do, you might end up looking like an asshole. Also, if anyone asks about online, it is a fucking hellhole and removes all interest and complexity from this game. Don't go online! Don't go online!